Hello, thank you for joining me for today's full body Pilates class using just the ball. Nice and quick one today. If you don't have a ball, a cushion might work. See how you go. You can make adjustments. You don't need the ball for everything. It will just add a little bit more flexibility of movement and a little bit more tension. Let's start off with just a couple of breaths. So rolling those shoulders, lengthening through the spine. And let's reverse that circle, bringing a bit of tension through the core. And then just a big reach over to one side, stretching through the side of the body. Getting a bit more space between those ribs. And let's come to the other side. And coming back to the center. Starting lying down, we're going to bring the ball in between our shoulder blades. So it should be quite comfortable. If you feel the little pointy parts of your shoulder blades, they should be pressing into the ball. And then you can just lengthen those legs out long. Arms can lengthen over the head and we can just rest that head on the ground. We're going to take a couple of breaths here. Just let that stretch come through the spine. You can move your arms, just opening through those shoulders and chest. We'll take 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Let's bring the hands behind the head. Elbows are nice and wide. And we're going to bend the knees so they're hip distance apart. Now, being super aware of where our spine is in space, we're going to focus on really curling through that spine, finding a C shape as we come into our ab curl. So deep inhale through the nose. As we exhale, we're using that lower part of the core to tuck through the pelvis. We're curling up, chest towards thighs, as though you want to take that pressure off the ball right at the end. And then inhale, we're releasing all the way over the ball. Elbows are nice and wide. Let's go for 8. Squeezing through the waist. 7. 6. 5. 4 more. 3. We have 2 more. We're going to hold up on our last one and we're pulsing here like you want to take those shoulder blades off the ball. 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one and we're releasing all the way down. Let's take a breath just to reset. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, we are curling up. We're C-shaping through the spine. Let's lift one leg into tabletop and then the other leg. Really important here, press that lower part of the spine into the mat. We're going to extend our left leg out long as we twist the outside, our elbow to the outside of our bent leg, and then we're swapping to the other side. So working through those obliques. Now if that's a little bit too much, just keep your chest to the center and we're extending one leg at a time. And let's alternate for 16, 15. Your option here. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, coming back to the center. And let's just take a little rest here to reset. We're going to come back into our tabletop position. Hands come behind the head, elbows nice and wide. We're lengthening both legs out long and then hugging them back in. Let's go for 8. Really find that C shape through the spine, so making sure we're not resting back on the ball. We're really coming into that active curve. Let's go for 3 more. If you want to make it a little bit easier, just extend those legs a little bit higher towards the ceiling. 2 more. We're going to extend those legs out and hold on this last one. Now let's release the arms to reach in front of our legs and we're going to pulse like you want to pull those shoulder blades off the ball. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, bring the hands behind the head, bending the knees, and let's just come into a rest, a couple of breaths. We have 1 more set here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, we are curling up. Let's bring those legs into our tabletop position. Now, if this gets too much, just come back to our extending the legs and bending them back in. And you can experiment with how low or as how high you extend those legs. The lower you go, the more pressure there'll be on the core. A challenge option. As we extend the legs, we're extending our body over the ball and then we're hugging everything back in. So choose your option. We're going to go for 8. Use that exhale. 7. Strong through that waist. 6. Head is heavy in those hands. 5. We have 4 more. 3. 2 more. Last one, and release. You can rest your body over the ball, option to lengthen those arms and legs out long. Let's take 2 breaths here. And release. Coming off that ball. Now we're going to pick our hips up and place the ball just underneath our lumbar spine. So where that crease is between where your bottom meets your spine, and just rest back onto it. Again, should be quite comfortable. If this is too much with the ball, just take the ball out and take an imprinted spine. The ball is just going to make us use our waist a little bit more for our stability. We're going to have our right leg in tabletop. Squeeze through the waist, lift the left leg to join, and we're going to extend those legs up towards the ceiling, flex the feet and turn them out into our Pilates V position. Coming into our frog kick, we want to squeeze those heels together as hard as we can. Inhale, bend the knees, heels come towards the bottom. Exhale, we're extending out long. Let's go for 16. Exhale to extend. 14. If you want to test your balance here, see if you can hover those arms off the mat. 12, 11, 10, making sure you're holding no tension through that neck. 9, 8, 7, 6. We have 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one, and release. Let's hug those knees into the chest. Have a rest. Couple of breaths. We're going to step our feet back onto the mat and just practice our spinal positions for one exercise. So we're going to feel our nice neutral spine position, but a little bit exaggerated. So our tailbone is heavy over the ball. You have that natural little arch of the spine. Then we come into an imprinted spine. So squeeze through that lower part of the core, press into the ball. You'll feel your pubic bone come up higher than your hips, and that lumbar spine's really pressing into the ball. So just a couple of breaths here, feeling that tilt over the ball, using that lower part of your core to really control your pelvis. And let's try side to side. So you're going to press one hip down and then the other, just using your waist to keep yourself nice and steady. Let's come into our clock face. We're going to come into our imprinted spine. Feel 12 o'clock. Left hip down 3 o'clock. Tailbone down 6 o'clock. Right hip 9 o'clock. Little circles here. Trying to isolate that movement through the pelvis, keeping nice and steady and controlled. Let's reverse the circle. One side will probably feel a little bit less natural. That's okay. Let's try 2 more rolls. And coming back to our neutral position. Alrighty, we're going to come into a pelvic curl, but use the ball as our little bit of a reference point. So from this position, we're going to tuck through our pelvis under, lift the hips away from the ball, holding that holding strong through your core. So rib to hip connection, nice and tight. From here, we're going to press onto the ball and then bring those hips back up. So pressing into the ball and then lifting those hips, pressing through the heels. Let's go for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have 5 more. 3. On our last one, let's leave those hips lifted. Now you have your palms pressed into the mat if you need them. We can lift that right leg into tabletop and extend it up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to use the ball again for reference point. Pressing down and lifting off like you want to drive the toe into the ceiling. Let's go for 16. Squeezing through that left glute. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's drop that foot down, take an inhale, and then rest back onto the ball. You can give those hips a bit of a wiggle, give those shoulders a roll, and we'll reset for the other side. Squeezing through that waist. Exhale, we're curling up. Let's lift that left leg to tabletop, extend the toes up towards the ceiling, pressing through that right heel. Let's go for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, last one. Let's press that foot back down and relax onto the mat. And let's hug those knees into the chest. Take a breath here. And let's release through those hips. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, turn the right knee out, thread the arms through and hug the knees into the chest. You can bring one hand onto the mat if you're feeling a little bit unsteady here. The ball will just help bring those legs a little bit closer towards you. Option to extend that left leg out long, flex the foot. If you want a little bit through the back of the left leg as well. We've got 2 more breaths here. And release, coming to the other side. So left ankle over right knee, threading those arms through, coming into our figure 4 stretch. Option to extend that right leg out long, flex the foot. We have 2 more breaths here, releasing into this stretch. And let's bring both legs lengthened up together, hugging those legs in towards the chest. If you feel comfortable and all right through your neck, you can press your palms into the mat, lift those hips off, bring the toes over the head, and then bring those hands to support your lumbar spine. If not, just keep on the ball in that stretch. We'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Just watch where your ball, it might have moved as we come back down. And we can take those feet onto the mat. Lift the ball away and release. Let's rock ourselves up to a seated position. And we'll finish off with just some chest. So grabbing that ball. If you're not comfortable sitting bottom on heels, you can sit cross-legged for this one or have your legs out in front. It doesn't really matter as long as you can just have a nice straight spine and strong core. We're going to bring the ball in between our elbows and press our palms together. Roll those shoulders down, lengthening through the spine. All we're going to do is squeeze the ball as hard as we can between those elbows, like we want to pop it, and then release. Let's go for 16. Nice and slow and controlled. 14, 13, 12, 11, 9, 8. Squeezing through the waist. 6, 5 more. 3. We're going to hold the pressure on the ball on this last one and we're pulsing. Let's go for 16, 15, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3. On our last one, we're going to press up as high as we can. We're going to take an inhale through the nose. As we exhale, we're going to squeeze the ball as hard as we can. Press those fingers higher and release. Just give those shoulders a bit of a roll. And we'll finish now. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you at the next class.